We have arrived.
We're Craig and Kirsty, a British couple who got married on a beach in 2018. And instead of a honeymoon, we decided to travel the world together. And so we created Tide Knot Travellers. We left our home and jobs behind us and boarded a one-way flight. But the global pandemic caused us to rethink our travel plans. So we spent 6 months exploring Estonia. Now we're finally continuing our travels, taking a new route and exploring some of the Greek islands. Between us, we have visited 52 countries, and we'd love you to join us as we continue our travels and explore the world.
We've just had a fantastic night's sleep, much needed, and today we get the ferry across to our final destination. So we're staying in the middle of Patras. I think the apartment's called Central Apartments. It's right opposite St Andrew's Cathedral, beautiful looking cathedral. There's plenty of shops and cafes and restaurants around, really well located. And we're about a 15-minute walk from the port. So we need to get from the port of Patras across to Sami on the island that we're going to, and the ferry's going to take about 3 hours.
And we're trying to find ourselves a way to get to the port. It's a 20-minute walk, so I think we're going to have to walk because we're not getting any joy from Uber.
I did download another app called Beat, but I'm not sure. It seems that Beat only works in Athens. I'm not getting any joy from it so far, but I'm
so we'll offer a walk in the heat.
Keep trying in the midday heat.
Yeah, it is actually midday already, so yeah.
Yeah, so we need to head off to get to the port for the final leg of our journey. Bye apartment, let's roll. Let's go. Streets of Greece are not so wheelie bag friendly. I've got to get up here. Haven't even been walking 5 minutes. Already starting to sweat. Only there was a taxi app service here.
So we just dragged the cases in 30-degree heat. What we thought was 20-minute walk, obviously with these cases, is about a 40-minute walk. We got all the way here just to find out that Google Maps had given us the wrong ferry port. So we've now got 10 minutes until our ferry closes and we are nowhere near the correct ferry port. So we're trying to quickly grab a taxi and hopefully we'll get there in time. But who knows, we will see. Oh, I'm sweaty now.
So a quick dash, 2 kilometres back in the direction we've just trekked, and hopefully that will be the right ferry port. We're supposed to get there an hour before our ferry departs, which is in 2 minutes. Need a shower. That was our taxi driver. He's just dropped us off here where we need to get our ferry, Levante Ferries. We were staying maybe half a kilometre over the other side of my head, and we walked 2 kilometres further that way just to find out the other ferry port wasn't where the ferry goes across to Sami. We've just walked 2 kilometres for no reason and then paid to get a ferry back pretty much to where we started. That's what it said on Google Maps. So a bit frustrating here. There's no address on the ferry website either, but never mind. I'm going to jump on the ferry soon, hopefully.
I still don't know where we go. This is the little box. Where's the boat? We've got to get on it now. It's not clear. So, having booked the ferry last night, we searched all over our booking. Nowhere on Levante Ferries did it tell us where the ferry port was. So we typed in the ferry port from where we are to where we're going, and Google Maps sent us that way. There's a link on the website that did the same thing, and then Craig managed to speak to a local who called us a taxi because we couldn't flag one down anywhere. In this time we found another lady who had done the exact same thing as us. So we're not the only ones, so it's clearly a bit unclear for everybody. On Levante Ferry there's a link to maps which you click and it just opens up maps and is blank, so you have to just type in, and that's how it all went wrong for us and for her. Then we managed to get ourselves to taxi. We had no cash on us, had to go to a cash point. Cash point that charges you, of course, that's always the way when you're desperate. And then we get here and we find out that the guy was like, yeah, you only need to just be here 20 minutes before. So we thought we had to be here an hour before the ferry leaves, because again, it says that on the website. So what I would say is Levante Ferries, sort your website out, because it's giving some very misleading information about where you have to be and what time you have to be there. So yeah, we're stressed, but we're here.
We've got water.
Yeah, managed to grab water and shade, so we're good. Right now the more expensive option of flying direct to where we're going is looking good, but as Craig just reminded me, this whole palaver still works out cheaper, and it does, considerably cheaper. Yeah, it's about £300 cheaper doing it this way, but wow. I think under normal circumstances a normal person would probably just pay the extra 300, but you know, we've got to be careful with our money, so this is quite a process, and we've had to stay overnight somewhere, catch 2 planes, 2 buses and a taxi now, and walk and stay overnight here, and now we've got a ferry to catch, and we don't know how we're going to get from the ferry port to our accommodation once we get there, but once we get there it better be worth it. Ferry's arrived. Never been so happy to see a ferry.
The ferry has arrived.
At last.
We're just about to board the ferry. We can see people have started boarding. Everyone's wearing their masks. We're noticing here in Greece that there's a lot more mask wearing. Obviously a lot more cases. They're open to tourism, so they're being cautious. As well as, which is good, yeah. Which, as well as the ferry company, they've also said to us that you have to have your ticket printed off. I mean, we're travellers, we don't carry a printer around with us.
Yeah.
So it's going to have to be electronically. The final thing I'm noticing is the people who are queuing to go onto the boat are getting temperature checked, which, let's face it, we're going to be pretty hot right now.
Yeah.
Having just trekked 2 kilometres.
On a plane.
Just to add to the slight chaos, the guy taking the tickets as soon as you board the ferry said to us, no, we can't take the electronic version, he can't scan it or whatever, despite the guy over at the ticket office saying you don't need anything, just go and board the ferry. So Kirsty's had to run back over to the ticket office to get a physical ticket, despite being told we don't need one, so that we can give this guy a physical ticket. I mean, in an age when we're supposed to be being good to the environment, this seems crazy. Just the anarchy that is the process of boarding one of these ferries, trying to book, find and board Levante Ferries. It's crazy. The guy just wasn't calm at all either. He was very, very grumpy.
And the guy's like, no, can't do anything with your phone and electronic. Go back over to the ticket office and they'll give you a ticket. So I go over to the ticket office, leave Craig on board with my bags, run over to the ticket office and give the phone with the reference number for Levante Ferries to the lady at the ticket office, and she just looks at me and said, I can't do anything with that. I was like, he's just told me to come over here and give you this, and you'll give me the ticket so I can get on the ferry that my husband is waiting on with all my stuff. And she was like, no, I can't find your tickets. I was like, okay, fine. And she was like, do you have a car? No, we don't have a car, it's just us. Bought our tickets last night. Please, can you just figure this out? The reference number says Levante Ferries, reference number, right there. Please make it work. She taps around the keys for ages and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this ferry is going to leave, my husband is on it. And then she finally, and then this guy came in into the little ticket office box with her, and she turns to him and says something, and he just grabs the phone of her and goes, yeah, it's down there. So I obviously was just really unlucky, got someone who didn't know what she was doing, and then typed in the number and she goes, oh, here you go, here are your tickets, and now you need to fill out this big form. Wow. So I quickly then have to go off to the side. The wind's blowing everywhere. I'm frantically trying to fill this form out. Craig's details, my details. No, we don't have COVID. No, we still don't have COVID. Guess what? We still don't have COVID. And that's basically the form. And yeah, finally, then I come running back on the ferry again. They temperature check me again. Probably a good degree higher this time. But still don't have COVID. Still. Just let us go.
Levante Ferries.
Yeah, awful. I've done enough steps already, so escalator, there's the option. We made it!
Hopefully now we're on board there's going to be a bit less stress and a bit more normality. Doesn't look like we can sit together then. So over here, 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 and over here, and here, and here, you can have 3 or 4 people sat next to each other.
So you can't sit next to each other here. Not really sure of their logic there, but there we go.
Lunch from the counter just over behind us. I've got a chicken baguette, it's got some salad in as well and some mayonnaise. It was $3.60.
And I've got a feta and cucumber baguette, and the total for a couple of baguettes and 2 of these came to $12.80, which is alright for a ferry. It's not a bad price. It's very Greek tasting, it's got a bit of tapenade inside. Definitely feeling like we're in Greece today. Nice to be calm and resting, and we've got 3 hours on board now, so let's enjoy it. So we've got less than 1 hour left until we finally reach our planned final destination, where we plan to spend a decent amount of time. We're going to catch up with some work and some editing videos, and I'm halfway through completing a course at the moment that I really need to put some time and effort into, so I'm going to get that finished, get that ticked off, and just enjoy this new place that I've never been to. Craig's been here before but I haven't, so I'm quite excited about that. This ferry ride has been smooth and pleasant, apart from obviously the start, getting onto it. Since then I know it's been lovely. No Wi-Fi though, that's a shame, something we really could have done with. The ferry was €13.80 per person, although we booked it online last night and were charged a service fee, which is quite annoying because it turns out we could have just walked up this morning and bought the tickets there and not pay the service fee, I guess. But anyway, you know, these things are all what you learn as you go. We're figuring these things out. But yeah, so we're almost there and we can't wait to show you where we're going to be soon.
And there is our final destination. Not too far to go now. Supposed to have a couple of days of this. Still warm, and it's going to return to sunshine in a few days. Really excited. We have arrived, just disembarking the ferry. We're gonna grab our bags on the way out and then figure out how to get to our accommodation. I contacted Dimitris, who runs our accommodation, and he said we just need to get ourselves to Argostoli, which is the main city on the island, and then he's gonna give us a lift the rest of the way. Just gotta grab our bags. There they are, still there. Okay, let's go. We made it. We have arrived.
We're here on the island of
Kefalonia. May have been quite obvious, but we have arrived. Yes. I came here 15 years ago. It's an amazing island. Lots of beautiful natural features to see here in Kefalonia. Lots of natural beauties.
It is, so
Yeah,
up to it.
I really wanted Kirsty to see it. So when we were looking at where to go, I was saying to Kirsty, there's somewhere that I know is really beautiful that we can go. Still lots of choices, but in the current world that we live in, it felt like a no-brainer to me. So yeah, we just got to either get a bus or a taxi to the main town of Argostoli to meet our host Dimitris, and then he said he's going to drive us to our accommodation from there. See if we can find some transport. Perfect. This bus driver was super helpful, the guy in the white shirt. He's helped us get onto this bus. It's 7:50 for the two of us. I think it's going to be about 20 minutes, half an hour on the bus from here to Argostoli. Sorted. Oh, it says there's free Wi-Fi as well.
Oh, better than the ferry had. Let's see if it works yet though.
Yeah. Dejar esto.
We're here.
We have arrived in Argostoli. That's good, it's a fairly busy bus, so we kept these on. Eharisto. Thank you. Sun's come out a bit as well.
Kind of.
Time to get involved in the bag melee.
There's yours. Advantage of getting on last, you get your cases first.
Right, now we need to find Dimitris. Get taken to the apartment.
Here is Argostoli, the seaside
The main town.
town. Supermarkets are just behind us, two supermarkets, very nice.
Since I was last here, they've put walls on the bridge. There was no walls
Where?
last time on the bridge. Oh, and that was for cars.
No, this is for not cars. This is only for pedestrians.
20 years ago we used to drive
20
across
years
there.
ago,
Yes, yeah.
Yes, you told me.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, so it's only for pedestrians now.
So Dimitri, the host of our accommodation, has just picked us up, dropped us off at a supermarket on our way, so we're going to grab some food for the accommodation. Hi.
Thank you. Hello.
Come on, multitasking, vlogging, talking to locals and picking up a basket. All whilst wearing a mask. Loving how much cheaper everything is here in Greece. It's a nice relief.
We have finally arrived after 2 days of travelling. We're here in Kefalonia and we're just ready to crash now.
Yeah. And definitely need a shower. Left all fresh this morning, not so fresh now.
Yeah.
Look at our cute little apartment. This is us.
It's lovely.
For the foreseeable.
A few weeks now. Yeah, so we're up on the second floor. First floor is quite a nice couple of steps, and then there's a spiral metal staircase
which we
that
just
goes up
jointly
to our level.
carried the cases up.
But it's lovely. We've got a balcony with a beautiful view out that way, the main room with the bedroom, and then we've got the bathroom there, and then we've got the kitchen area here, the main entrance area, which is basically all ours. And then there's a table there so we can sit out here.
And then we've got our own balcony, private balcony out here, where we can dry our clothes here. There's no washing machine in this apartment, but there's one downstairs that we can use apparently. And this here is the reason that Craig wanted us to book this place, I found out. There's a little runway here and we've just seen a couple of tiny planes land. And we can just sit here and eat dinner and look out over the sea.
It's great, we can do some plane spotting. And the sunset's over there. So we're going
kind
to
of
have
see it
some
behind the clouds there. It's pretty cloudy
awesome
now.
sunset views from here.
Yeah.
It's overcast today, apparently the weather's changed. We're supposed to have a big storm tomorrow. Demetrius just said it's the first rain in 5 months or so, 5 or 6 months. But apparently it's a big storm tomorrow, a couple of days of rain, and then it turns nice again, which is fine because we've got a couple of intense days of work to do. So
Yeah, perfectly timed.
yeah,
Plus it's quite nice to see a storm when you're cozy.
with a view like this as
Yeah.
well. And also, Demetrius told us that there's a marine rescue group that live just over there, and they help turtles hatch
Which is
and things like that, and
literally
they
one
rescue turtles.
which is literally one thing we wanted to do whilst we were here, so that's really cool.
So fantastic. We can just hop over there, go and have a chat to them, help them rescue some turtles, and
Hopefully.
maybe see some baby turtles hatch.
Hopefully.
Not sure if it's the season for that, but
Yeah, I
anyway.
don't know if we're in the right season, but either way, it'll be cool to just go talk to them and see the things that they do.
Can't wait to put our feet up and get clean and put our
Get
feet
clean.
up. But yeah, thank you so much for watching,
Yeah.
and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Having arrived late yesterday, it's safe to say the weather has turned a bit. Storm Ianos.
That's where we are, or the eye of the storm, right there. Unbelievable.
It is meant to be a short-lived storm and then we're meant to have nice weather again.
Wow, didn't expect a full-on hurricane. Summertime in Greece. Sums up 2020 for you. It's time to go out and brave Hurricane Ianos.
At last, sunshine after the rain.
It's right opposite St David's Cathedral.
St Andrew's Cathedral.
Is it St Andrew's?
Yeah, you've called it everything. Thinking, because it says again on the ferry, on the website, we thought we had to be here an hour before the.
The Kefalonia has arrived.
So you told them where we're going then?
The ferry has arrived.